Welcome to tonight's Plumes of Hazard. There's Fubaka, there's Angstful Vapor, I'm Massbasso9. See ya. Shortest show ever. That was great, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job. Now we can go.
Dude, yo, Mr. Rogers hasn't even taken off his fucking shoes yet.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Oh, shit, hold on. It was so fast. Mans didn't take off his shoes, and other mans didn't.
Oh, wait, yeah. I got that tonight, too.
Didn't shots of farts. What are you drinking? Don't tell me that's one of those white. Oh,
White
no.
Claw? No, it's White Claw styled.
Oh, no.
The hell is that? Truly what?
It's a hard seltzer.
It's truly bullshit. That's what it is.
It's white girl shit. That's what that is.
Yes, it is. That is definitely White Claw.
You may ask yourself, why is Fubaka drinking a white girl drink? Well,
why is Fubaka drinking a white girl drink?
So I figured like Angsty has his Diet Coke, right? 5 years in the game, why don't I make Guinness my thing, right? Because I had a Guinness the other week.
Mm-hmm.
The two places nearest to me that sell beer don't have canned Guinness. I don't fuck with Guinness in a bottle. It's too thin. The texture's not there. It's like Diet Guinness, and I don't fuck with that shit. Cans is the only way to do it if you're going to have it not on a tap.
Not on tap.
Didn't have Guinness. I wasn't feeling like beer. I could have gotten a PBR, could have gotten the Heineken. I had a lot of options, but I was like, fuck it. And this shit, and you know what? This shit is delicious, okay?
Is it truly delicious?
Hard seltzer.
I've never even heard of a hard seltzer before.
Yeah, well, have you heard of White Claw?
No.
Yeah. You just don't let it corrupt your mind. It's garbage.
So my younger brother actually drinks mostly hard seltzers because he's allergic to fucking everything. He drinks just hard seltzer and liquor. That's it. Because he's allergic to like bread and all that shit. So
hold on. Lassie just said, what about the guy who spent a career airbrushing out Lassie's junk? I thought Lassie was a girl.
I thought so too. Can you chat link, please? I gotta say this.
I can't because I'm in Safari, and when it spawns the pop out, I don't have a URL bar.
Lassie was a female collie.
I thought all of them were.
Oh no!
Wait,
the actual dog. The actual dog was a male.
I mean,
wait, Lassie was a colic.
Well, what the fuck?
Oh, look who has time for vaping again.
Can't
hear you, Sean.
Right. Yeah, Sean, there's something wrong with your mic, man.
How's that? That's good.
No, you're going.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was him. I thought that was me.
No, I mean, there's some jackasses lighting a bunch of fireworks right outside my damn window in the parking lot, though.
Oh, hey,
4th of July.
Unplug your mic or something. Plug it back in.
It's still fucked up.
Oh yeah, it's bad. I'm on Safari in Tejas, Rob.
You're on a Texas Safari. How's that work?
Hey man, I mean, we've got gazelle and all sorts of wild, exotic game to hunt down here.
You have a fucking toxic Avenger coming up out of an oil well.
Is that better?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sound better.
All right.
Just need to turn it off and on again.
Hello, IT. Yeah, there's some fucking jackasses lighting a bunch of fireworks right outside my window, though.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
They're gonna do that.
Well, you can take your anti-American sentiment and get the fuck out of here.
Damn right.
My problem is they've been doing that for a week down here. As soon as it gets
you can take your anti-American sentiment and get the fuck out of here too.
Nah, it's fine on the 4th. It's okay on the 3rd. It's not okay a week before.
Basically, there's like one schmuck who's like, okay, how early can I get away with setting these off? It's like,
dude, there's a lot of anti-American sentiment going on right now. I had a buddy who had like hotel tickets on the National Mall for the 4th for the fireworks display and decided not to go because of the tension situation in DC with the big military display thing that's going on right now, and there's a bunch of other people who are talking about going down like burning flags and shit. Like, I think I'm gonna not do that.
Let me be the first to say, fuck those people.
Burn flags. I remember my first time listening to Minor Threat.
Right?
I do fully support, by the way, their right to do so. Just still, fuck those guys.
Can you hear that?
Damn.
Right? It's like right outside my window.
I definitely thought you were playing that on your computer.
No, it's literally right outside my window. It's fucking
man. I haven't got to replace my contacts. I took them out. I've had them out all day long. I stuck them back in for the show. Got the red eye going on. Look at that.
I don't have another set, which is my problem.
I do. I'm just too cheap.
I need. Is my eye okay?
My prescription. Yeah. Right. My prescription.
Sean wasn't here for what happened to me earlier. But
yeah.
So my prescription's expired, and I need to go to the eye doctor to get another one to order new contacts. So I'm hoping that I don't lose one of these before that happens.
That would be unfortunate. I think it was last year. I was out down the street at the having a little block party, and there's definitely the dads are out there setting out fireworks and stuff, and a fire truck pulled in our neighborhood. Guys look down, you go, knock that off, and then they just kept going. They didn't give us a ticket, but they definitely yelled at us. Which is awesome. Nice guys. They could have given us a ticket.
This is a hoity-toity-ish apartment, so I'm waiting for someone to bitch.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bitch, but I'm not.
What if they're hoity-toity America people, though?
Ooh.
Because those exist. The boat shoe wearing.
9:30 at night, and they're still lighting off very loud fireworks next to apartments with a bunch of dogs and kids.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I missed conversations. People are setting off fireworks near you.
A bunch of people are setting off fireworks right outside my fucking
I about so we were putting our kids to bed, and it literally sounded like it was right outside the window. Right? Okay, I've shot firecrackers before, all that, but these fuckers are setting them off. Obviously, it's getting off later. I understand tomorrow, but today, like seriously,
this one is literally right outside my window.
So they had just stopped when I got done putting my daughter to bed, and because I was gonna see where the fuck they were, because I get it, I used to do it, but when we did it, it was like for New Year's, we would literally take all of the mortars and everything and put them on 4x6 sheets of plywood, have them all ready to go. At midnight, we go out there, light it, and sit back and watch the fucking show, right? Mm-hmm. Not we're going to start at 9:30 in the morning, just fucking drunkenly shooting firecrackers out. Right? Now, don't get me wrong, we did, but we did this shit like when I go visit my friends in Kansas, out in the fucking boonies where there was nobody else around.
Right.
So that's what's killing me with this one, man. Like they're doing it in a parking lot, like right next to a bunch of cars, and that's the concerning part for me.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you. When did this happen? When I was a kid and we were going to watch fireworks, they were on the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why around here, at least around here, I don't know if it's just a North Texas thing or what, but all of them go on the 3rd, not on the 4th. Some of them go on the 4th, but like probably 80% of them are on the 3rd.
Right.
In the entire history of my life, people have always started early. Like the afternoon of the 3rd, I start hearing fireworks.
I'm talking like official shows. I'm not talking about like some jackhole down the street. I'm talking like the
I'm expecting
shows,
right? One of the official shows will be this weekend.
Yeah, not here.
It's a Saturday.
Like, you're not having official shows up there though, are they? Everybody's going to be going to the Capitol to see the King Jong-un special.
So the other thing that I was just talking about is a buddy of mine who had a hotel room on the National Mall decided not to go because he's worried about the political situation in D.C. right now on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Because Trump's bringing in a bunch of tanks and shit, and apparently a bunch of protesters are going down too.
Oh well.
Yo, that's gonna be what do we call it?
Of Tiananmen Square.
Right?
No, what do we call it? A race war? Race war night?
So I don't necessarily think DC is going to be a particularly great place to go this year.
It's probably not going to be.
No.
When is it ever a good place to be?
I mean,
That's
I
also
generally
true.
like DC.
3 weeks out of the year.
I do enjoy going down to DC.
See, we used to for 4th of July and for New Year's more than 4th of July, but when we lived at my parents' house and we would spend $300, $400, $500 in fireworks, but a lot of the neighbors would give us 10, 15, 20 bucks to do it. So they didn't have to go get the fireworks and they didn't have to fucking clean the shit up afterwards.
Sure.
So I mean, like the cleanup was literally, it involved blowers and getting, shit blown into a pile and then cleaning. I mean, it was big. So most of our neighbors around us were like, yes, do it. They'd bring out freaking lawn chairs but unfortunately now with this neighborhood start getting more populated and you got more jackholes, it's gonna happen. My dog, one of my dogs she is deathly terrified. Like I'm probably gonna have to give her some Benadryl tomorrow or some shit because she just gets, even if it's just a little popper.
I'm not having a great time with all this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting because, like, here, if you're in Maryland, you essentially have to, like, go to PA to buy fireworks. If you're in PA, you have to go to Maryland or Virginia to buy fireworks. So it gets really interesting because there's not a lot of places you can go. Like, you got to go over a state to get anything that's decent.
Yeah. Here you can buy them. You just sign on the paperwork that you're using it to scare scarecrows away from your crops.
Mm-hmm. You're scaring scarecrows away? I figured you want to keep those.
If by scarecrows you mean young whippersnappers.
No. Think about it. Scarecrows.
Yes.
Yeah. It's them leprechauns that they're looking for. You want to know where to go with that?
It's probably a crackhead.
It's probably a crackhead.
That woman was the most sane voice in that entire segment.
So hang on. Did you guys know that there was actually someone dressed as a leprechaun up in one of the trees? Did you guys know this?
What?
Okay, so listen. So you know this. You know the story, right? So for those that are watching, there's a video of, I want to know where to go at, where these people saw this leprechaun up in the tree, whatever, and you got the guy dressed in the camo with the piece of pipe that's got holes in it, and that's his flute. Well, like 3 weeks later, the police actually apprehend someone who was dressed as a leprechaun, going up in trees and enticing all these people from going. And it was the original person.
No.
So I'm telling you, look it up. There's news stories about it. I'm serious.
That's crazy.
Wait a minute. Who's logged in as Plumes? It's not me.
Oh, it's probably me.
No, you're not. You're under your normal Raphael.
I just wrote LMAO.
Yeah, it's him. He's probably just in a different window.
Oh, maybe your pop-out is logged in as the other.
Yeah, I have chat.
Oh, that's what it is.
Hangout in Chrome.
Let's start signing every message foo, or people know me well enough to know when I say shit.
Yeah, I totally have like chat in Firefox and Hangout in Chrome.
Festy's saying the audio is out of sync. Do me a favor, refresh Festy and see if it clears up. Otherwise, we'll do a global refresh in here.
Can that be?
And then we'll end up with nobody having audio, or you not being able to hear anybody.
The plumes of poor anime dubbing.
Robbie says it's lagged. Great.
So, I mean, isn't Hangout, didn't they just release a statement that Hangouts is going away?
Yeah.
Like, or is it just Hangout streaming that's going away?
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Well, that means we're going to have to figure something else out. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. When I went set it to go live, it actually has a pop-up there saying, "You're live. Hey, did you know that Hangouts on Air is going away?" and there's a link, and the link just basically puts you over to YouTube streaming. So, like OBS style streaming straight to it. So we're going to have to figure something out.
We should say fuck YouTube and go to Twitch if we have to do OBS.
I would argue no. Like, if we thought we had it bad playing copyrighted content here, because we've gotten away with a lot, Twitch is all the worse with their algorithm and shit. Like, yeah, I would actually think moving to Twitch would be more of a hurt than not.
I feel like Twitch is just the stronger platform at this point.
All right,
I mean,
you ready?
we're trying to grow our platform.
You ready for this? Here's the identity, all right, of the actual person. In 2014, the Bob and Dan show in Dallas cited the whole leprechaun video. So basically, after talking to people, they found out that the person behind the event was identified as a man known as Midget Sean. One woman told him the story as it's known locally. His name is Midget Sean. He said on St. Patrick's Day, he decided to put on green and climb up in the tree. Everybody was coming to see what was going on, and they saw him, so there you have the truth. So basically, they hammed it up, right? Obviously, because the news show up, and you got the guy with the flute saying that it's handed down from his grandfather's descendants and all that. Yeah. So basically, these two radio hosts, McDowell and Fleming, went on a search looking for Midget Sean and to get his side of the story. And what happened? He said they found him who discussed the hoax, and he said he used a ladder to climb into a tree and then was instructed by his cohorts to stay still. It wasn't a real leprechaun. It was me. Eventually, word of the leprechaun spread, and residents flocked to the area to get a glimpse. It was just like Mardi Gras, he said. And he left by the time the news cameras had arrived. After the news crews left, Midget Sean said he returned and climbed back up into the tree.
Fucking Midget Sean. That's awesome.
I'm having a hard time believing that this didn't happen in Florida.
No, it happened in Alabama.
Oh,
my God. There's a picture with him.
Oh, you got to share it. Come on.
All right. Here we go. He's not dressed in leprechaun outfit, but they took a picture with Midget Sean. Hang on. This is great. All right. Here we go. All right. Here on the screen is the two radio hosts and Midget Sean.
Whoa, was that Beetlejuice's brother?
Holy shit. This is amazing.
That is awesome.
I had heard and I had read that it was a hoax, and then I'm like, no one would go through all the trouble of that. And then I remember reading about this, and there it is. There's the story. That is the Alabama leprechaun.
Look at that thumb in the picture here.
The thumb is as big as his head. Oh, on the top, you mean? Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
There you go. You want to know where to go with that? It's right there. Plumes of Hazard, ladies and gentlemen. 50,000 years in vaping experience, and we broke the case of the Alabama leprechaun. You heard it here first.
If we tried... Oh, sorry, Fu, what?
Observations on hard seltzer, dude. This shit hits you faster than beer. It's water with alcohol in it. Like, similar to Coors Light.
Oh, shit. Oh, dude, Sean, I know Sean doesn't watch our shows ever.
I don't.
But you missed this last year.
What is that?
That's this.
Puff Boy.
Fucking shiny 200-watt Pop Boy, master.
Was that guy with the green hair, Midget Sean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
One of its key features, Sean, is it's got a detachable 510 if you use it and then touch it afterwards.
They say
look, there's a picture right there.
You can't get it hot and then try to take your Addy off because that happens.
Nice.
So there you go, Puff Boy. He's looking it up right now to buy it. Fucking ass. I knew it. I knew it.
So what I need to do, I suppose, is poke around a little bit at Twitch, because last I checked, tobacco products were a no-go on Twitch. I don't know that for certain, but we may want to look at that.
We
I
could
know.
Like Frisky, for instance, because we know he streams, like he vapes on stream, but he never like talks about it and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But not even that, just like as crucifixion-y as YouTube has been, like Twitch is worse in my opinion.
So you know what's a really interesting YouTube adjustment is that they have just started banning hacking-based content.
Yeah.
So showing users how to bypass secure computer systems, YouTube's now banning that content.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy to me. Like, that's shitty to basically everybody who's doing that kind of stuff, like, as a positive.
Yep.
A white hat stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, because, like, talking about, like, displaying vulnerabilities and teaching people how to do some of that stuff is really beneficial.
It makes everything harder, right? I mean, it makes your systems harder because everybody knows how to do it. You better fix it.
Yep. And there's a huge community around it.
Yeah.
And apparently YouTube's like, yeah, we're just going to ban all that content now.
Do you know that the Pornhub traffic has like almost doubled because of people just putting their stuff over there?
Thing.
Yeah.
Pornhub's like, oh, YouTube doesn't want you, we'll take it. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. There's another site, I forget what it is, that is allowing people to, people imagine us trying to get our historical videos off of here.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably terabytes and terabytes of video that are, stored. What are we, like up to 400 shows? Individual airings? So,
yeah, and admittedly, I don't download them anymore.
No.
Yeah. No, I mean,
like I used to. But...
and all that can, probably one of the best things we ever did was never monetize. Because now all you hear is, suck my mod and all these.
That's about us when we don't monetize.
Yeah, suck my mod and all these other guys that are talking about, what they're doing, because they're monetized, shit's getting turned off, and so.
Yeah, YouTube seems to care a lot less about us since we don't monetize.
Exactly. Plus, their encoder actually works pretty decent from what I've watched. Like, if you use their encoder not using Google Hangouts, like if you use it through OBS, everything's like smoother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I guess this will be, since we're talking about shitty things, this will be a good segue into the brown, the black burnt charred remains of this Wismec. This was posted by Stiaga Observer, and this was his Wismec. The hell's the name of this one?
That's not the Rulo.
I think it might be. No physical harm was done to anyone. The batteries were new. He got the mod in March this year and bought. He had Panasonic batteries in it. And let's see what else. So, anyways, there you go. That's the. And people are saying that another Wismec goes boom. If you have a Luxottic, be aware that it's a shitty design. Juice may leak into the chip and cause auto firing. Some other people had posted, their links to their issues.
The Luxottic, that was one I bought. That was their little cheapo squonker.
Yep. Apparently that's,
and it was nice for a while.
Yeah.
Right? Until I think it was like the second week that I was using it. It pissed juice all inside everywhere.
Yeah. The squonker.
Yeah. And it was not. It wasn't user error. It was everywhere.
Yeah, people were shitting on this guy because the batteries that he was using were only rated for like 7 amps, and he was using
the
right. No, I know he was using the NCR 18650Bs, and he said that his wife was actually using it, and she only vaped at like 25 to 30 watts. And he said for 3 batteries, that shouldn't cause that. So
Didn't.
yeah.
But then again, if that was one of the non-evolve boards, who knows how much that was drawing, and then you're ramping it down or something, right?
Yep.
I assume that could possibly happen. I am not an electrical engineer, but let's see. Rob says that they have a new exotic squonker that's regulated up to 9 volts, and it's the same size as the earlier exotic. Wait a minute, 9 volts. If it's the same size, the other one was a 1 battery. It was a 1 battery thing with just like a MOSFET in it. How are they getting 9 volts out of that? Well, I guess it's possible. I guess you could boost it.
Boost, yeah. Just
I
shitty
guess
battery.
how many wattages you're putting out.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it would be real cool if they fixed the 510. It would be fine then.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably but anyways, so there you go. There's that the burnt for the day.
Well, nobody got hurt. I was talking to a buddy of mine who is who's not a vapor, who knows nothing about vaping, and it came up because we were outside on a porch, and I was downwind, so I was sitting there vaping with he and his wife, and it came up and we talked briefly about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, my boss had one of those blow up in his office." I was like, "Oh, great."
Hashtag trade war.
Wow. So I can't grab this video, but there's something I remember I had saved it. It was 4 days ago, but a guy VLobe42 posted. He said this goes a little too far. He had Toy Story playing. It looked like on either Netflix, on Hulu. Sorry, he had Toy Story playing on Hulu, and his 3-year-old was watching it, and all of a sudden, like right in the middle of one of the scenes, an ad pops up, and it's a Truth vaping ad, and it's like these guys playing heavy metal and all this, and it's like, these pods will leak, and you'll be inhaling heavy metals and all this other shit, and that's pretty crazy. The video just pops up in the middle of the, as a
They're gonna
commercial.
try to stick that stuff wherever they can, dude.
I know, but in Toy Story, come on. It's ridiculous. Let's see if I can grab the video. I don't know if I can get the audio, but anyways.
They're totally going to try to stick that.
The top comment with 8,000 points is, tell your 3-year-old to stop vaping. Introducing Nicorette gummies for kids. Yikes.
Yo, I'll fuck with some nicotine gummies. I joked with Bigglesworth about making like.
You think they would taste any good?
Probably not.
That'd be a little peppery, I'm sure.
I like the idea of it more than anything.
Let's take. I'm going to revise what I just said. I've tried other things they've got like those Nick picks, the toothpicks. They don't taste bad.
No.
Yeah, you put enough, cinnamon or menthol or whatever on them, it'll mask up that bitter peppery flavor.
Yeah. The only question is how many are you going to need to eat to even feel?
Yeah.
Right. So.
Well, but for somebody getting off of the smoke sticks, I would assume you could have probably a couple of them and at least curb, like if you're on a plane or whatever, right? And you just
it would go over better if you're eating it, right?
Yeah,
I would think.
Because there's some that's going to be absorbed directly in through your salivary glands, kind of like how water works.
Right. So I would assume it'd probably be doable.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be delicious.
Like snooze, you tuck in your lip, and that shit hits you like.
Oh yeah.
You just chew on a gummy, and I'm sure it's going to start hitting you while you're chewing on it.
Right. That is unfortunately true.
How much nicotine can you have in your stomach, though?
Probably enough. I would assume it would be fine.
No, what I mean is like I imagine there's an amount where it becomes like bad, of like caffeine too. Like caffeine gets acidic and shit.
Yeah, and it'll get you jittery too if you absorb too much of it. But I mean, even vaping too much Nick, it'll get you Nick sick, right? It'll give you
that takes a long time though. I feel like because from my understanding, I feel like eating it, you would absorb it quicker.
I bet once it gets to your stomach, you probably don't get it quicker. I think you do get it quicker through the soft tissue inside your mouth.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But down once it hits your gut, I'm sure your gut's just gonna be wrecking shop.
Well, because the reason I wonder is because of nicotine's ability to readily be absorbed into your bloodstream. So I'm just like, we should have had a doctor on tonight.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
No, my doctor cousin. I wish he was around because I go and ask him all these questions. But
that was definitely not a pleasant feeling. Was getting Nick sick, and that happened. That happened a little bit to me at one of the conventions. You know, because we were in it. We were vaping, chain vaping, and we were in it. You know, and at that point I was down to 3 or even less, and holy shit. I mean, and that's the other thing too is you're not drinking water, you're walking around, and
you're smelling all the sweaty, nasty vapors.
When we were at the vape dojo event, I remember me and you had to take a lap outside. I got a little crazy.
Yes, I remember that. That was a small space.
Yeah,
and it happens quick.
They do, but it also goes away quickly in my experience, especially if you just have some water or whatever and just stop vaping for a minute. It's fine. It goes away, but it does not feel good when it's hitting you for sure.
I guess we should also, this isn't too much of a squeamish picture, but we should post an update on the guy who almost tried to blast his hand off when his mod blew up. So there's his hand. This was 4 days ago. Cats don't like fancy. He said, lucky, no infections, everything's healing nice. And someone said, looks way better back on the stinkies. He said, unfortunately, yes. And that's the worst part of the whole thing. But there you go. He said he's gonna try to.
You should be on the stogies.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get on some pod stuff, but I don't blame him. Shit blowing up in his hand.
No shit.
I'm telling him to start by buying like a lost vape device.
So, did I hear right that they are not making the Orions or the pods anymore?
Somebody started making one as well. I think.
Well, because did they separate? Do they have two separate companies now or something?
I don't think so. I thought somebody.
I know there was a thing going on with the owners.
Yeah.
If they're not making Orion pods anymore, I imagine it's related to that. Because I have not had any updates on that front in over a month.
Yeah, it's been longer than that since I heard.
I don't know if it's like news or anything, but it's been an ongoing thing.
I gotcha. So I know there were some non-authorized pods that somebody was telling me that they bought some ones that were not made by them, but they were made by somebody else that fit. Like those, the aftermarket Juul things, right? You can get those too.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I'll have to pull a picture that I saw. Speaking of Juul, somebody I know posted it. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. All right, so this is apparently for the people who take self-care very seriously. There is the new Juul toothbrush.
Yeah, I saw this on Instagram yesterday.
So, yeah, there you go.
T-U-U, the tooth.
Did you see the one where it was just the Juul pod that you put as like a cap on your tooth and you just like vape straight through?
So there you go. That is great.
Is that guy's haircut really weird to me? Is like it comes off his temple. That part's like longer than the rest of his.
So I think that's the lighting.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember I was wondering the same thing, and I'm like, the lighting in this photo is very weird.
Yeah, for sure.
You talking about this area right here? Like right here?
From
Shit.
From like the end of his eyebrow and then up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shadow. It casts a shadow from the other limb.
He's Russian, and the funny thing too is the fucking bristles on this thing look like fucking things you would clean your tires with, like
or like a dog brush or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look at the freaking size of the bristles on there. They're huge. Brizzles.
Brizzles.
Right. Clear all. Let's get this guy out of there.
Yeah, and the guy looks like what was that meme? The most attractive man in the world, or the incredibly photogenic man?
Photogenic man. Yeah.
Oh, the guy who was running, right?
Yeah. The guy looks a lot like him. Where does the liquid go, Rob? I think it's just a rechargeable toothbrush. I think that was the idea. I don't think it actually vapes.
No. Yeah, it's just a joke.
Vapors don't brush their teeth.
But
yeah. No, what he said about not vaping, not brushing their teeth.
Left is right. You just pour some liquid on the bristles. That's how you get it. You don't have to vape.
Oh, that's
straight to the gums, man. Just a little, one of these little actions.
That'd be bad. Hey, I mean, that's probably good absorption.
Yeah.
No, so I'm not going to name names, but someone I was sitting next to on a flight is enough of a degenerate that they couldn't make it a flight to Florida from New York without vaping or any kind of nicotine. 3 hours, 48 minutes, actually, I think it was. So you know what they did? They pulled juice out of their pocket, put it in their finger like this, and I'm like, I looked at them straight up, and I said it at an audible enough volume that people behind me and around us, you're a fucking degenerate.
Hey, come on now. That 4-hour flight.
We're flying to Florida, not Qatar. Like,
all right. So putting myself in that guy's shoes, when I smoked, a 4-hour flight is not a 4-hour flight, because a 4-hour flight is a 6-hour time where you
several hours in the airport.
Duro vaped on an hour flight. You fucking degenerate.
That is I needed to smoke.
If I was a cigarette smoker, it was a completely different ball game for me, because I was just like, I'm gonna kill a small child for a cigarette right now.
Right.
But yeah,
maybe that guy was like, maybe that's what he needed.
No,
and he's
I know what I did. I called him soft. He's a friend of ours. Called him soft.
So to continue that trend with, and this one apparently is either a concept that's being worked on, and so this isn't, the other one probably was photoshopped, right? This one kind of has me a little worried, because they're moving forward with it, or they might already have it made. This is the UWell Amulet, world's first watch-style pod system.
I saw that, man.
System. All right.
So
interesting.
Yeah. Yep. It's on their website. And yeah, they're saying that if it's as small as it looks and it puffs just like the Caliburn, then it might just be worth it. So if it's realistic or what, or how big it's going to be. But
well, I mean, judging from the picture, that is thick with 3 C's, but it looks like it might function. Yes, I have definitely vaped in bathrooms before, personally.
I as well.
In the airport, for sure.
I do really very much appreciate an airport that has a smoking section.
Yes.
Which is not many of them.
Okay, so it is legit, ladies and gentlemen. $50. I am going to pull the.
Well, that's it. I'm going to replace my Apple Watch with that thing.
So here's the image of it, and we'll pull it up right off the site. So you're looking at 10 watts. It's got a 370 mAh battery, 2 mil capacity, 27 grams. The draw is activated mechanism, simple and easy to use. The PCB is dustproof, effectively protects the core unit of the device. Chip has multiple circuit protection functions. Touch to wake up the screen, check the date and time. Refillable pod, simple and compact appearance. Can be worn as a watch to free your hands. So it comes with one amulet.
Wait. You can wear it as a watch to free up your hands. Is that what you said?
Yep.
So you could vape it with it on your wrist.
I don't know, but here's a better picture showing the size of it. So let's zoom in on the top one.
Well, that's not too bad, I suppose.
It's not too bad. I mean, but it is bigger.
Exactly, Boo. That's what I was envisioning.
Well, it's like, do you remember when you pause in GoldenEye? The pause screen is literally you going like this. Pause it, you're watching.
Dude, I bet you
that top one, he was vaping it off of his wrist, so that's why it didn't look too bad because it was not on his wrist. He had taken it out of the.
Oh yeah. He took it. Yeah, he took it off. He took it off on this one. Yeah, he took it off from there. So the screen will rotate. Let me see what else. So they're saying it uses a micro USB. Let's see. Advanced board design. They have a bunch of fucking. Yeah. So those are. It's got a 1.6 ohm coil in it. So I'll save this image here so we can see the.
Here's my thing. I don't want to sacrifice battery life for it to keep time. You know.
So there's more of the specs. Micro USB and multiple protection. There's the pod.
The best flavor.
The best flavor. There you go. You can buy it right now. It's in stock, I believe, at the UL site. Yeah.
I didn't believe it was. I didn't realize it was coming out so soon.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it in. I'll put it in chat. So, vape from your watch. Where are we going, ladies and gentlemen?
I mean, it's another one of those gimmicky things, right? We've seen 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
But
all
now,
Yeah, Rob, that's right. It's basically just a tiny pod system that happens to have a wristband, holder.
Yep.
Sheath.
There you go. So something that's interesting that I think I want to see, this will be interesting how it plays out here in Florida. So Florida just passed a legit strict no texting, you can't be doing shit on your phone while you're driving. Okay. So the law was already there before, but it only gave police officers the right to give you a ticket for it if they pulled you over for another infraction. Ran stop sign, didn't use.
It's like an Amazon add-on ticket item.
It was an Amazon add-on ticket item. That's correct.
That's exactly,
Not anymore.
That's exactly the app description.
Not anymore. So they changed it, and now it's the first one is going to be a verbal warning. The second one is going to be I think like a warning and like a $35 ticket, and then it goes from there. The third one is 3 points on your license. Yeah. So I'm wondering what I honestly can guarantee you that a cop can't tell if you are vaping on a box mod or talking into your phone or looking at your mod, or if it's a mod or your phone. What I want to know is, and I haven't looked it up yet, I'm sure somebody in the chat will know, is so the news was doing a special about this. They were with the Highway Patrol, and the Highway Patrol was pulling people over and giving them warnings, and like 4 out of the people that they did the video on, they were like, they just hand the fucking cop their phone. Like, I believe there's got to be a bit of a gray area there. And the cop's like, yeah, on this last one, They were, even though they said they weren't texting, there was an email open with text in it.
Well,
You know,
here's the thing.
like,
Well, the way I think I've explained it here before, what cops just have to do now, like when you have like cops set up in speed trap position, most of the time now around me, I think Rick mentioned that New York has been this way for a while now. They just have binoculars. Dude. All they have to do is see you a half mile down the road. And dude, I can like if I can see without binoculars when I know someone's on their fucking phone while driving because of how they're driving. But all you have to do is see someone going like this, looking down. Why else would you be looking? Are you looking at your dick, saying hi? What's up? Are you still there, fella?
yeah. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I am all for them cracking down on this shit because I was really bad about it. And for me, it was not so much on the highway or anything like that because I would I literally changed my whole stereo out so I could use Waze, right? So I could just plug it in and leave it. I'm a great proponent of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay because you have that shit plugged in and you can just leave your phone. You can put it, you can hide it, and you have all your features there. Okay. So, but oh my God, man, I'm on the highway and I look over and I took video. I mean, I probably shouldn't have been taking video, but I took video of a guy like this for like 6 seconds.
Many seconds. Yeah. Too many seconds.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like holding the phone, like driving, holding the phone. I'm like, holy shit, he's still looking down, you know?
Trusting that old peripheral vision, which will keep you safe from the big things most of the time. Not all the time, and certainly not anything unexpected that happens, right?
Not the little things, man. It's the little things that get you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never been on my phone while I was driving. I do try to keep it to a minimum.
Yeah.
There was one time, it was me, Eric the Saint, and Labrat. Yeah, it was me, Zach, Labrat, and Eric. We were riding down the VaporCon, and I-95 was a fucking mess going down to Virginia. So I think it was Waze told us to take like some highway, some like roadway through Maryland, right? And we were on that for a long fucking time, right? We were running parallel 95, and there was this woman in the left lane. Now, the traffic was tight enough that like everyone was moving together, but no one was getting past, right? Like it was just very tight traffic most of the way down. And there's a car that's like, in the left lane that we can't see who's in it, whatever. It's too dark to see inside. But every so often, this car would veer almost into the fucking median like clockwork. And so we're just like, yo, like this person's fucked up. Like they're driving. We're like, no, like this can't be texting while driving. I think this person's like fucked up, and they keep like dozing. Like that's how it looked. Finally, I don't know, in 30, 40 miles later, we finally passed it. Guess what? Bitch was on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The whole time. It was so like, I wish I could have recorded like the incremental, like, that was her car. It was like that.
So this is
that shit pisses me off so bad.
Honestly, like, so I just read the actual things about the law. Okay, so this only covers texting. It does not cover talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have your phone and be talking on it. You don't have to be hands-free, which that still doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, in this day and age, I mean, shit, my 2008 fucking Ford Focus has, Bluetooth. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So they're saying this is something that I wondered about too, is if you're at a stoplight, can you text? And it says, per the law, a motor vehicle that is stationary is not being operated and is not subject to the prohibition. So you can theoretically text at a stoplight or while stuck in traffic. Yeah.
He said, now the cars warn you when you wander through lanes, so that way you can text more.
Okay, so here's what I just said that I was wondering about. Can police take my phone to check and see if I've been texting? No. The law specifically prohibits the police who pull over drivers for texting from taking their phones without a warrant. It also prevents police from holding onto a driver's phone while waiting for a warrant. Additionally, it bans police from tricking or coercing drivers into handing over their phones, and police have to inform drivers that they can decline a search. As the law states, consent for police officer to search a phone must be voluntary and unequivocal.
Right.
So, there you go.
Rob said, Bro, just that I almost crashed because a spider was on my steering wheel. I punched it with my coffee. That must have been very funny. I would pay to see that. That actually happened to me just this last weekend. We were going about 50 down a road down here, and a car that was about, just catty corner, so to speak, right? His front bumper was right by my rear, his rear bumper was by my front wheel, and he just wandered out of his lane all the way into my lane. I had to stand on my brakes and get on my horn after I was evaded him. That's all it was. They didn't not look. It was a wander. You know what I mean? There's the difference between a lane change, which is I'm going to go over here versus,
Well, I just read probably the most fucked up part about this, because I've seen this happen more often. Does the law apply to police?
No.
Absolutely. No. It does not apply to police, and there are exceptions for law enforcement officers, as well as firefighters, emergency medical service personnel, and operators of emergency vehicles.
Yep.
And I have seen
they've had training.
Yeah. Just like that guy that had training that hit that guy on a bike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so to me. I have to admit this. I've never really been a fan of the whole hands-free thing. Like, if I've got my phone and I initiated it at a stop sign or whatever, right? So I got the thing dialing and I do this and I'm driving, I am perfectly capable of carrying on a conversation as long as my eyes are on the road.
Sure.
I don't care. But this business, freaking ridiculous. I mean, that they should put you in jail as far as I'm concerned.
I'll be honest, I much prefer to have a hands-free setup when driving.
Of course.
Because it's way easier than this.
Of course. It certainly is. I don't have a problem with them, but...
Get this. In Virginia, it's illegal to have your phone mounted up here. Like, where I have like my...
Yeah.
Like
really?
Stuff for Navi?
You can't vent mount your phone in Virginia.
Right.
Yeah, Virginia has weird laws about
that is
shit on
the safest place to put your phone. That is the safest place to put your phone. It diverts your eyes very little.
Yeah.
It's in your peripheral vision.
You got both hands free.
Yeah, Virginia is weird about stuff on the impairing your sight of the road and things. But one of the things that this does say is you can definitely use it for GPS. But yeah, no, and I have actually. Because some people either have crappy, we've all been there where you call somebody and they're on their hands free and it sounds like
shit.
Understand a word that they're saying.
Yeah.
But I will say this, we don't get paid for advertisements, but if anyone ever, is on in a car for a long period of time, they need to be on the phone. The Blue Parrot headsets are amazing. The BX headsets, a lot of the truckers who come and deliver ice cream use it, and that's where I got. One of the guys says that was a trucker actually told me about it, and I've been for some of the folks in the office I get those. You all right there, Sue?
Yeah, so I was trying to fix my flux because it was too nighttime blurry. I clicked on the thing, not even realizing I just got whited. I got whited out. That shit hurt. I don't know if it showed up on the video. If you just saw the sudden change of bright in my face, but that is not fun.
Well, I think honestly, one of the other things that we should.
Oh, right, that last thing.
Yeah, we should cover that. So, go ahead, Fu.
So, thanks to user who posted this after last week's show. Fuck, I'm sorry, dude. I'm forgetting your name. But.
I'll find it.
Vermont passed an online sales ban, todo el estadio, and a 92% wholesale tax, which effectively does kill vaping in the state of Vermont. Woo! Mm-hmm. What I said, shouldn't be worrying about the FDA, or we should worry about states acting ahead of the FDA. Well, what the fuck has been happening for the last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Username, by the way, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous.
Nice.
Yes, I remember it was something memorable. It was a good one. It was a good handle. Like,
That is-
Trump FDA, Trump FDA. But yeah, this is what states are going to do, man.
I think we should also add the buffoonery and I don't know what else to call it, but Scott Gottlieb throws, I'm gonna light a grenade in my hand and see what happens, and leaves it and leaves it right there for us, and then leaves. And where does he go? He joins the board of directors as Pfizer,
Mm-hmm.
which sells the most non-nic prescription drugs for smoking cessation.
Of course.
You know why you join the board of Pfizer? Because you like money.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, dude,
if Pfizer offered me a job tomorrow, I'd be like, yo, I want you to tell us how these fucking vape nerds think. I'd be like, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where do I sign?
Like, yo, you got a bottle of Blue Label? Pour me a glass. I'll tell you all about it.
They were probably loading up the dump trucks with money to get him, and they just show up. What was that? Was that Die Hard like 3 or 4 or something where you got the dump trucks and
I want to say it was 3.
I think 3, whatever. But it's just filled with money, and they just go to his house.
Everyone's
and they
got
just
a price,
drop it off.
man. Everyone's got a price.
Yep.
Whose price is Blue Label? We know that now.
That's part of it. No, I said I want
That's just the part. That's just the party. That's just the meeting.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's like after you've agreed to like hire me and pay me for my knowledge. Then you're gonna serenade me with alcohol, and I'll tell you all about vaping custard and weight gain. And
Dennis does bring up a good point, by the way. He says that a truck driver can get fined $11,000. He said, I didn't know it was that much, but for texting or not using Bluetooth, and that is true. The truckers that I've known have been using Bluetooth for a long time.
Truckers are held to a much higher standard than regular drivers, and they have a lower margin for error with their license, their specific license. They get drug tested, they get this, they get that. They have a computer in their car that shuts off when they've been driving for too many hours. Yeah, they've I've heard of too many truckers falling asleep at the wheel, blah blah blah, getting into dumb accidents. I got run off the road by a trucker in PA on 78 at 70 miles an hour. Fuck that.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're driving, and it makes sense, right? Because A, they're on the road so much more than most people, and B, they're operating a vehicle that is far bigger and heavier than everybody else. Right?
You can pretty much kill any vehicle that's on the road.
Yes, trucker speed indeed. Never play a trucker in pool.
Never play a trucker in pool, you said?
Yeah, no, don't.
Mm.
You get your ass whooped, boy.
Same goes for consultants. In any bar game, just a bad idea.
Dude,
Same goes for pocket pool.
I used to work with a guy, man. Like, we went out one day to an Irish pub, and he's like, dude, they got darts. Let's play darts. Don't worry about it. We can play some darts. So I play him in darts. Fucking this dude is sick at darts. So he gets these 2 other guys to start playing, and like he's so good at darts that he has to start intentionally losing so that they won't quit.
Right.
Because otherwise they will quit. And like he's a traveling consultant, but like he's scary good at darts, man.
Yeah. We were pretty good back in the day too for that reason, because we spent so much time.
Right. So like he was telling me like, well, basically what happened is I wouldn't go to bed until I hit so many bullseyes. And then I would go to bed. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, see good. I've never seen anybody that good at darts.
Wasn't watch darts on TV, like the pro guys? Those guys are straight up scary good. Like,
dude, I used to watch the 9-ball tournaments. Like, because ESPN used to have decent programming on Saturday and Sunday. They show billiard tournaments, and they show the trick shots after the trick shot tournaments.
Yeah. Have you seen the trick shots is what's crazy. Like the one guy that's got like 5 or 6 pieces of plywood, and he throws it, bounces off one, the other, and then gets a fucking bullseye. Like, come on, what the hell? How you do that? So,
we got to a while back where we were.
Does it look like I've aged 10 years in 3 weeks? You really haven't been watching much, have you? I stopped the Just for Men treatment. Maybe I have better lighting in my new room. The gray hair's in play, all right?
It happens.
Secondly, we'll never use no fucking Just for Men.
No.
Yep. It's funny too, man. You get people at work and it's like, you know, they've had gray hairs forever and all of a sudden it's like black everywhere. What?
I grew up watching my dad.
Like,
my dad would Just for Men and mustache.
Like, why do black? Like, you know, I mean, and I think it's funny because some of these dudes, like, you know, I got brown hairs but my beard's mostly black. So if I get a white hair, it's gonna stick out, you know, and by like pointing it out. I'm like, bro, you got a fucking full head of fucking white hair. Don't be hating.
No, man, I earned every single one of these guys that I've got here, and a couple over here. Earned every one.
I'm perfectly fine with gray hair, so long as I have hair and that my hair's not like wet spaghetti when I'm 60.
Wet spaghetti.
Wet spaghetti.
You know when people's hair thins to the point where it just looks like wet spaghetti on top of their head?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna, just
my beard's starting to go. I just don't care.
No.
I'll be fine when it all goes gray.
People are all like, oh yeah, you gonna pluck them? I'm like, I ain't plucking shit. Do you know how thick my fucking hairs are? I try to pluck one of some bitches out, it's gonna leave a fucking hole that big.
Get some 10 snips out. Hey,
no. When you can chew on the thickness of your hair, you know your hair's too fucking thick. So people are like, oh yeah, you pluck it, don't hurt. Bullshit. Fucking plug a damn hair that's, you know, probably, I don't know, never been plucked. You fucking, plus I think they still grow back. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Surely. Now it probably takes a minute. But then again, you've seen some ladies that do their eyebrows and stuff, and after a while they do thin out. Like I think it stops after a while if you yank it enough times.
Eyebrow hairs. So eyebrow hairs are funny. So you can pluck them out for a long time. Sometimes they'll just decide to not want to grow back.
Right.
So all the ladies who made fun of me in school in the 90s because my eyebrows were thick, well, now that thick eyebrows are back, how's it feel?
With your skinny ass eyebrows.
How's it feel needing a Crayola sponsorship to fill your shit in?
For real.
And on that bombshell.
Oh, and I got the snap.
That's right. Well, everybody, don't. What's that? I was about to sign off with. I was watching a dude, and I'd forgotten about him. I've been subscribed to him for a long time. He's an outdoors guy, and does hunting and survival stuff or whatever on YouTube's. And his whole thing is like, don't you can subscribe or not. I don't care. He says it at the end of every video. He's like, you can subscribe. I don't care. We're the same way. You can subscribe. It's fine. We're just going to be here either way.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming out. You guys kick ass. Peace.
Don't blow your digits off.